Hi Kendra.
Hi.
I'm Jessica.
Nice to meet you, Jessica.
Nice to meet you. Um, well, like I said, my name is Jessica. You can call me Jessica. Um, I'm a student at the Chicago School of Professional Psychology. I'm earning my master's in forensic psychology.
Okay.
Therefore, since I am a student, I will be supervised. I wanted to give you a heads up.
Okay.
I also want to inform you about confidentiality. Um, what that means is that anything that we discuss in this room is between you and I, but there are three exceptions to that.
Okay.
If you disclose to me that you want to hurt yourself or others, or if you report that there's been abuse or neglect to a child under the age of 18 or to an elderly person, then I will have to report to the necessary people. We just want to make sure everyone's safe, and especially you as well.
Okay. Yeah.
So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, informed consent. I have something here for you to sign if you are willing to, like, pretty much what this says is that I would like to record our sessions together, just for feedback purposes, because I am a student. But if you have any objections to that, then you don't have to record. But if you are willing to allow that, then I would just need you to sign and do this form. Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, is anyone going to see the video?
No, this is just for like student feedback purposes.
Okay.
But if any time you feel like you want to stop the recording, just let me know. We can do that.
Okay.
Even if you sign.
Okay. Okay.
Great, thank you. Also, as you can see, I have a load of things in front of me. If you don't mind, I like to take notes during the sessions, just so at the end of our sessions, I have a complete gathering of what we discussed, and I can record that in my computer. And that way, next time we meet, I will have a refreshing memory of what we had last discussed.
Does anyone see the notes?
No.
Okay.
So, do you feel comfortable with me taking notes?
Yeah. Do you write down word for word what I say?
No, just little side notes, just so I can remember to put that in my notes.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. But again, if you feel comfortable, just let me know and I'll stop.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about anything?
I'm not thinking.
Okay. I have a few questions I would like to ask you before we get started. One, I would like you to tell me what day of the week it is.
Today is Wednesday.
Okay. Month.
The month is November.
Day of the month.
15th.
And what year?
2011.
And what place is this?
We are the Chicago School.
Can you repeat the numbers back to me? 872.
872.
And can you say those backwards?
278.
And then repeat these numbers. 6371.
6371.
And listen to these numbers. 694. Count 1 through 10 out loud, then repeat 694.
Okay. So 694, and then you repeat 1 through 10, and then repeat 694 again, right? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 9, 4.
Okay. Listen to these numbers. 8, 1, 4, 3. Count 1 through 10 aloud, then repeat 8, 1, 4, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8, 1, 4, 3.
Beginning with Sunday, say the days of the week backwards.
Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday.
Very good. Okay. All right. Now, Kendra, what were you doing today?
Well, I know it's completely ridiculous, but I have these really, really odd thoughts, and it's starting to really stress out my husband and my kid, and it's just, I just have these really intrusive thoughts that I just cannot seem to get out of my brain.
Okay, so you use the word intrusive thoughts. And it sounds like this is kind of interrupting your day here, and as well as your family, like people around you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I have we have a house, and I have a husband and a son who's 8 and a dog, and we live in kind of like a really old house, and there's electrical wiring in there that just makes me feel really uncomfortable. And we rent the house out, and our landlord is supposed to come and redo the heating. So redo the electrical, so that we have better electrical heating. But we haven't done so yet, and I'm really, really worried that it's gonna catch on fire. That the house is gonna catch on fire because the wiring is so old.
Okay.
So I just get really, really stressed about that.
Well, I can see why you'd be stressed over something like that. That old electric,
Yeah, it's dangerous.
I understand, yeah. So I want to go back to what you mentioned before. You said intrusive thoughts. So can you tell me a little more what that looks like?
I mean, it's ridiculous, and it sounds crazy, and it is crazy, but I have to constantly go back and make sure that everything is unplugged, like the stove isn't on, and it really affects my life. It really does.
So, tell me how that affects your life.
Well, for instance, I get up in the morning, and I get my kid ready for school, get him breakfast, everything like that, and then, I'm the next one to leave the house. And, my husband gets so frustrated with me because he's always like, just leave, and, I'm supposed to be gone a half an hour ago, and I keep coming back to make sure. It's like I don't even trust him enough to make sure that the job gets done, So, I leave for work about 7, and he leaves around 8. So, I'll come back, 10 or 12 times, just constantly checking. And then even after I do finally leave, I mostly call him a couple times on my way to work just to have him recheck to make sure that everything's okay. I've also been known to call the neighbor. I give the neighbor a key, just in case. It started off just so that she could come over and check on the dog when we were away for the weekend and stuff. We go and visit my parents on the weekend, so we want to make sure that she can come in and check on the dog and check up on the house. But it's turned in more recently that I constantly have her come over and check to make sure the house is okay.
Okay, so let me just clarify everything you just told me. It sounds like you have a hard time leaving the house because you're constantly worried about the checking. You're checking for the stove, make sure everything's okay. And your husband said gets kind of frustrated with you about
he
that.
gets really frustrated.
Yeah. Okay, so how long has this been going on for?
Well, we moved in the house a couple years ago, and it's always been in the back of my mind. But I think just within probably the last 6 months to 8 months, it's really been hitting hard for me.
Okay, so how can you said it's been really hitting hard for you? Can you tell me a little more about that? Like, what that means?
Well, I mean, it started off a lot better. It started off, I would just, maybe run back in the house sometimes to check. And then, it's like I get so stressed, constantly thinking, I drive to work and I'm sitting at a stoplight and all I'm thinking about is, do I have enough time before my meeting to run back home and check? Because I just have so much stress, it just keeps building up, and it's just I feel so much better as soon as I check.
Okay.
All the stress is just doubled up, and as soon as I check it, I just feel better. But I only feel better for a short amount of time before I get stressed again.
Okay, I was just going to ask you now, how long is it before that stress builds back up?
Oh, I mean, it depends. If I'm home, I don't have to check it often. I feel confident that I'm home and nothing's going on.
Okay.
Before bed, it's not as bad just because I'm still home, but I guess just I'm more concerned about the thought of being gone and having birth certificates and security cards, passports, my dog, all trapped in the house, wedding photos, family photos, everything. Just the thought of all of that getting lost just really scares me.
Okay, so now, so you were saying that when you're home, it's not as stressful because you know you're there, you know you are available to check, but you don't feel that urge to check as often when you're home.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't feel the need to do it as often as I do when I'm leaving home.
Okay, now, how many times do you think you check when you're trying to leave the house?
Currently? Physically check.
Yeah.
I physically check about 10 to 12 times.
Before you can actually leave and just...
Well, mostly come back. So I'll check about 8 to 10 times before I leave. And, the process of leaving.
Okay.
And then I might, get out to the garage and just run right back in and check really quick. Maybe I'll get to the front door and run back in and check. And then my commute to work is about 20 minutes long. And I'll probably call my husband or text my husband about 3 times just to have him check before he leaves the house.
Alright, and so how long of a time frame do you think this takes you?
How long the time frame it takes out of my day?
Yeah. Well, I suppose, let's say, little scenario, let's say it's in the morning and you're trying to leave for work. And you're checking, you feel the need to check. So how long does it take you from that first feeling you want to check until you finally leave and get to work on time? Or whenever?
I would say about 2 hours.
2 hours, okay.
But then, throughout the day, I'm thinking about it, in the morning. I would say, around lunchtime, I'm feeling pretty good. I don't feel so ridiculous about it, but, I just feel like I have to do these certain things and myself feel better about it. And, calling my neighbor, I feel like I should call her every day right at 2 o'clock just to make sure that everything's okay.
And does that ease your stress?
Yeah,
for the
it
moment?
does. It does. I always feel more when I'm physically, touching the knob, so I know that I'm off, or I'm physically unplugging the things in the wall. If I'm physically doing that, it makes me feel better. But I feel better when my husband. I know my husband will do it. I know my neighbor will do it. But the physical act of doing it really makes me feel a lot better.
Okay. Now, when did this start? You said that about 6 to 8 months ago is when it got really bad.
Yeah.
But how long had it been going on before that? Even before it was really disruptive?
Oh, I don't know. It's just one of those things that has been a part. I kind of made it a part of my life. It's ridiculous because I don't want this to be a part of my life anymore. But I guess I think I started to really notice how things were, going kind of bad. Was my house when I was a kid burned down, and it was actually when I was around 8, and my son is 8. So I think I don't know. I don't like to say that that's part of it, but I think I'm going through a lot of those emotions of how I felt when I was younger to maybe how I feel now, and I guess I just don't know how to work through that.
Okay, well, let's go into those emotions for a little bit. Tell me how you felt during that time you were like, I can imagine that was really hard.
Yeah, it was really, really stressful. Well, basically, we lived in a 2-story house, and thank God we're on the 1st story, but it just happened very, very quickly. It was a really bad lightning storm, and thunderstorm somewhere afternoon or whatever. And basically, it struck a tree, and then the tree fell and caught on fire and hit a power line or something, and then it caught the house on fire. Yeah, so it was bad. It was really bad, but everyone got out safely. No pets were injured, nothing. But I just feel like I remember, watching my own house burn down in front of me. It was very, very stressful. And then, just the cleanup afterwards, not having my toys, not having my things, not having, anything that we had before the house burnt down.
So So it sounds like you lost everything. You kind of had to start over.
Yeah, it was really hard, and then just to see things that used to be my toys like melted. That was really hard for an 8-year-old.
Yeah. I can see why that'd be very stressful and hard, especially when you were only 8. You had to go through that. So have you sought counseling at all for this? Like, after the house burned down, or even between the time till now?
I mean, we had, of course, had the police officer and the fire department and all them. We had them come and, obviously help clean up and stuff. And then, the police officer recommended that, my family go to victim services and the police department just to, seek out therapy. But, we went to like one session and, I mean, everyone seemed fine. So we just got to that.
Okay, so, did you not like the counseling, or you just felt like it wasn't really an issue?
I think just like at 8, like I didn't really have a lot of say in what was going on. I mean, my parents said, this is good for you, blah, blah, blah. And, we went, but I think it was one of those things where my parents were like, well, we're fine, and she seems fine, so
yeah,
let's just stop going. So it was one of those things.
All right. Now tell me, like, how this makes you feel going through this difficult time right now. I mean, I can see how it's kind of disrupting your day a little bit.
Yeah, it's so frustrating.
Frustrating.
Yeah, I just feel frustrated all the time that I have to do this. It's almost this itch that I have that I can never like satisfy,
Okay.
So it's like I'm constantly like, I know, okay, like, you itch mosquito bites and your mom always told you don't itch mosquito bites, it's just going to make it worse. And as soon as you itch, it's just much better for a short amount of time. And, that's how I feel with these plastic checking. As soon as I do it, I feel relief. But then it's so stressful because it's like now I have to do it so many times. And it seems like the times get more and more and more the longer this goes on.
So, after the itch, per se, you described it as kind of itch, how long, on average, do you think it takes until that itch comes back?
Minutes in the morning. In the morning,
Okay.
It's minutes. Throughout the day, it gets better, but definitely in the morning, it's just...
How many minutes would you estimate?
When I'm leaving the house, when I'm like getting ready to leave the house, probably a minute.
1 minute. This is just the estimation.
Yeah,
so
about 1 minute. And then when I actually leave the house, we'd say maybe 3 minutes. And then I'd say about 15 minutes when I'm actually in the car.
Okay. And then what about when you're actually finally got to work?
When I finally get to work.
I mean, you're thinking about it probably a lot.
Yeah, I am. When I finally get to work, I'll call my husband or text my husband and tell him to check before he gets to work. He's starting to think I'm just loopy, he just thinks I'm crazy, so. But he does it, so it's good. But, yeah, no, once I'm to work and I start to do other things, probably just a couple times in the morning, I feel it too.
Okay. Now, you said you'll call or text your husband to kind of help check. Now, does he cooperate with you most of the time, or
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah, no, he's really good about it. He really is. He's a good guy about it. He'll do it. I hope he's doing it. He's helping it, so.
Now, do you talk to him much about this, or?
Yeah, and I mean, he doesn't understand. Like, he doesn't understand why it's just so stressful for me. And I mean, I know he didn't go through any traumatic thing when he was younger, like I did. It was my house burning down. So, to him, he doesn't understand. And, to me, I can't, I don't know how to explain it to him.
Okay. Yeah, no, I understand. It's kind of a hard thing when you feel like you can't even explain it to yourself, trying to explain it to someone else.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, I was wondering, how is your son through this? Is he understanding?
Yeah, my husband will make jokes like, oh, mommy's being crazy again, we have to go check that list, So, I mean, we kind of make it a joke around the house, but, I mean, in all reality, like, I get very, very upset if I can't check. Like, I mean, if there was for some reason where I was unable to check, I would have a lot of distress.
Distress. Now, what does that look like to you, stress?
I guess the way I can just best describe it is, like let's say I can't get to the outlet or whatever, or maybe we have to have something plugged in. For instance, like when my son was a baby, we had to leave his baby monitor plugged in all night, obviously. And that was just very, very stressful for me. You can't plug it. Okay. And like our alarm clock, like I had to have my alarm clock plugged in. And that's very, very stressful. It almost makes me hard to breathe, and I feel like I have an increased, heartbeat, because it's just so stressful that I have to go through the night sleeping with something plugged in that could possibly start a fire. It is horrible after the hour.
So you can feel physical changes when you start to stress about this. Okay. Yeah. Now, have you actually been in a real situation where you couldn't check? Something was not allowing you to check?
I guess the only real situation where it wasn't as easy for me to check was, I specifically couldn't go check was when I was visiting my parents, we were on vacation, visiting them, and they live about 3 hours away. So that was a hard weekend. Yeah. I started to check their outlets. I started to unplug all their outlets, and they have a brand new house. Like they don't have any bad wiring. They have no trees around. They have the power lines aren't even above ground. They're underground, like how they do them sometimes. So there was really nothing that was going to be in danger of fire, and I still just got really, really nervous.
Wow, sounds like you've been going through some difficult times with, especially trying to go out, visit your parents, have a relaxing time. This has been kind of disrupting that relaxing time for you as well. Yeah. Now, do you have any history of any mental health history I should know about?
No, besides that time when I was 8, that's the only time I've gone into a monitor.
Okay. And what about medication? Are you currently on medication?
I'm not. This medication to help lower my cholesterol.
Okay. And do you know what it's called?
There's
so many different names.
There's so many letters in those words.
Now, have you been to a doctor in the past year? Medical doctor?
No, I went to the doctor, about 3 years ago. Was giving me on the cholesterol medication.
Okay. Okay, so I just kind of want to summarize what we just discussed. Sounds like your difficulties right now consist of checking. You're constantly stressed, feeling stressed about sounds like your house burning down with the old electric wiring. So, I also wanted to ask you, how's work going for you?
It's good. It's good. It's going very well. My supervisor, I think, I've been there long enough. I think they get that I am the way I am. I know, crazy, right? So
I just want to call it difficulties right now.
Yeah. They get that I have these difficulties, and they kind of work with me, but they try not to schedule me any important meetings in the mornings. It's hard for me to stay concentrated, but they work with me for it.
Okay, that's really good to know that they're kind of flexible in this, because if this continued to get worse, you could probably see how if you didn't have a flexible job, it could really affect.
Yeah, it could really affect it.
Now, is your marriage going okay with this?
Yeah, the marriage.
Okay, all right. So it sounds like overall it's just like yourself, you're feeling very stressed, and physical symptoms are coming up when you can't relieve those stressful moments.
Yeah, and it's just ridiculous. Like I can't keep doing this myself. I can't go and unplug my parents' outlets just because I get stressed, and I can't be running back into my house every 12 times before I leave the house. And that's ridiculous. There's so much more time I can spend doing something else besides checking to make sure my house won't burn down.
Now, is there anything that you've done in the past that helps relieve that stressful feeling when you can't check?
I mean, really, what's the only thing that relieves it if I go home and check myself.
Okay.
I mean, even, I still have stress in my neighbor checks. You know,
Yeah.
a little less stress when my husband checks, but still, it feels so much better when I just do it myself.
Okay. Now, do you exercise at all?
I love to exercise. I love to swim, and I love to jog, I love to, rollerblade. I like to do a lot of things. It's just hard to do. So I've kind of worked around it. Swimming, I just do it when I know my husband's home, so I can go and he can be at home. And then I feel better when I have a treadmill in my house, so that makes me feel better. So I can run and be home and just make sure everything's okay.
Okay. Now, is there anything else that you would like to talk about today?
No, I mean, I guess I'd say I really, really, really want out of the therapy session to just, figure out how I can go about my day without having to feel so stressed about this.
Yeah. Okay. Now, is there anything specific, any goals you would like to set for our sessions?
I guess I really want to bring, I know that it's realistic that I'm not going to be able to just cold turkey stop checking, but I would really, really like to see myself, maybe go from checking, 12 times physically myself to maybe go to, 8.
I think this is actually a very insightful goal because you're right, it'd be very hard to stop cold turkey, and we want to keep you safe physically, with your physical health and mental health. So I think that's a good first goal to set. Why don't by the time we meet next session, you try to limit your checking down by 8.
Okay.
Because you feel like that's
I think that it's a really doable goal. I mean, it's going to take some time, but I think I can do that.
I think it's very important too that you let your husband know of these goals as well, just so, and maybe even your neighbor. That way, it's better with more help, more support
That's
you
true.
have, the
That's
easier
true.
it's going to be for you.
You're right.
So, does that sound like a plan?
Yeah, I think I can do that.
Okay, is there anything else you like to talk about?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, all right, well, I'll see you next week.
All right, thanks,
All right,
Jessica.
nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too.